Coming up, Around the Rock. Alumni, students, faculty, and staff joined together to celebrate SRU's 85th homecoming this past weekend. Which events did you attend?
Plus, the Pride Center hosts Strive for Pride in honor of National Coming Out Day. With Pride Week beginning on October 22nd, find out how you can get involved.
Also on tonight's show, 9 Communication Department alumni were inducted into the SRU Media Hall of Fame. Around the Rock starts right now. Welcome back to this week's episode of Around the Rock. I'm Keena Warren.
And I'm Angela Jakeway.
This past Thursday, the Pride Center sponsored Stride for Pride in celebration of National Coming Out Day. The event took place as a way to bring awareness and give support to the members of the LGBTQ community here at SRU. Jody Solito, the director of the Women's Center and Pride Center, discusses the importance of National Coming Out Day. The event was a great way to start off National LGBTQ History Month, and we look forward to the events coming up on Pride Week. Pride Week begins October 22nd and runs through the week, hosting events such as the drag show and an LGBTQ 101 workshop.
Last week, students were encouraged to take the annual Student Life Survey. The survey was sent out by SGA and measured student experiences here at SRU. Also, it helped them better understand the student community as well as spotlight issues students face. Questions covered topics such as social media, transportation, diversity, and inclusion. Students who took the survey also had an option to be entered to win various prizes such as parking passes, $100 worth of textbooks, and gift cards. The survey closed on October 8th, and the results have not been posted.
The third annual SRU Media Hall of Fame ceremonies brought 9 alumni back to campus to be inducted. WSRU-TV reporter Vanessa Glenn got the chance to meet this year's inductees.
On Friday, October 12th, SRU hosted this year's class of 9 alumni who were inducted into the Media Hall of Fame.
We have so many people who graduated that are now alumni who have built and achieved such successful careers for themselves. We believe that they deserve recognition, and they hadn't gotten it before. There is the Distinguished Alumni Awards, but we wanted to focus specifically on the people who worked communications or media.
The alumni had the opportunity to talk to the students, sharing their experiences and give them advice at the Medium Hall of Fame symposium earlier that day.
Students need to figure out what they like to do and what they're passionate about, because if they're passionate about a certain area, that they will be successful at it. And then once they're successful and get into what they're going to do, they need to learn to evolve, because especially in the communication business, in television and digital, things change daily, and so you need to be able to evolve, keeping your passion, but staying ahead of the business.
When Friday evening came around, it was time to honor these alumni at the Hall of Ceremonies.
To be recognized by my peers here, people that I've known for years and just met, it's quite an honor, and I'm really excited about it.
Congratulations to this year's inductees. For WSRU-TV News, I'm Vanessa Glenn. Your campus, your community, and your station.
Thanks, Vanessa. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we return, we'll have more for you on Around the Rock.
WSRU-TV News is the student-run news station for Slippery Rock University. The studio is held in the Maltby Center on SRU's campus. WSRU-TV produces multiple shows, including Around the Rock, a week in review, the SGA update, the Rocket Sports Report, and the Weekly Bite. All shows on WSRU-TV are anchored, written, produced, and edited by SRU students. Students have the opportunity to learn valuable skills in the field of television broadcasting. WSRU-TV. Your campus, your community, your station.
UPB held the annual Loco for Hoco event during Common Hour on October 11th in the Smith Student Center Ballroom. The purpose of this event is to help raise awareness and excitement surrounding the week of homecoming. Students who attended Loco for Hoco received free SRU swag such as pillows, mugs, and street signs. I wish they had t-shirts too.
I sure wish they did too, Keena. UPB also continued the pre-homecoming fun into the evening with a glow walk run at the Milhawk Thompson Stadium. Over 300 students hit the ground, running at 8 p.m. covered in glow sticks and Operation Glow t-shirts. In addition, Jam Rock was there to kick off the night. Runners and walkers went from the parking lot around to the dorms and then to the Smith Student Center. And afterwards, a concert was held for all students in preparation for homecoming. This year's homecoming parade had the theme "No Place Like Home." The theme was complete with the cast from The Wizard of Oz. Of the community, some lacked brains, others lacked courage, but no one lacked school spirit.
The next day, the annual pep rally was held at the Morrill Fieldhouse at 7 p.m. The pep rally had performances by the Marching Pride, cheerleaders, rock twirlers, Slippery Rock Illusions, Rock Royalty, and Jam Rock. Slippery Rock's defense captain even gave a speech at the event. This all led up to the big event of the night, appointing new members of the homecoming court. SRU's first gender-inclusive homecoming royalty were announced during halftime at the SRU versus Edinburgh game. Congratulations to Leroy Cooper and WSRU-TV's own Haley Potter for taking home the crown. We're going to take another commercial break. When we return, Austin Agosti will have your Around the Rock Sports update.
Do you remember when you were told not to play with fire? You were told to be quiet. When they said caring wasn't in your generation's DNA. When they said stop playing with toys. Do you remember when they said stop dreaming? At Slippery Rock, we inspire the dreams, the noise, the caring to challenge you to be your best. Now and in the future, Slippery Rock University. Experience the difference. Do you remember when you were told to sit still? Walk, don't run. Don't sit too close to the screen. Don't touch that. Color inside the lines. At Slippery Rock, we inspire the motion, the music, and the moments of challenge that allow you to be your best, now and in the future. Slippery Rock University. Experience the difference.
Welcome back to Around the Rock Sports. I'm Austin Agosti. We've got a lot of rock sports to get into, so let's jump right on into this week's recap. Slippery Rock's football team was able to knock off arch rivals IUP for their homecoming day with a final score of 30-27. Now let's get into our homecoming game. To start off our highlights here, we have Edinburgh's touchdown pass. Edinburgh didn't do much on offense as Rock's defense shut them down most of the day. Then to go back into the first touchdown for Slippery Rock, we have a nice short run by Barry right up the middle, a nice powerful run. It was a nice passing and running game for the entire Slippery Rock offense this day. The next one we have is another rushing touchdown by Hills, where he bounced to the outside, shreds the tackle, and then walks right on into the end zone. Again, big day for the Rock offense again. Here we have the first touchdown pass by Roland Rivers, who again had another monster day for Slippery Rock. Again, another touchdown pass. He has continued to prove himself again and again why he should be a starter for this team. Continuously more passes by Roland Rivers again. Don't show the NFL this play as he crosses the goal line here, but the ball comes loose, but the referee still offers him the touchdown. Next up, we have another Slippery Rock touchdown pass, a nice deep ball by Roland Rivers, caught in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. Again, another Slippery Rock offense that was clicking on all cylinders that day. And then our final touchdown here is a Roland Rivers rushing touchdown, who again, another big day for Roland Rivers and the Slippery Rock offense. Next, we're going to talk about women's volleyball. Women's volleyball fell to Gannon University this weekend, coming off of a 3-1 win over Mercyhurst on Friday. Senior Shayla Ray recorded 8 kills with a .318 attack percentage, and sophomore Erin Cahill recorded 9 kills and a .304 hitting percentage. Unfortunately, Gannon held the advantage over the Rock throughout the match, beating them in kills, attack percentage, aces, and digs. They look to bounce back on Friday in their match against Bloomsburg University. The field hockey team lost to nationally ranked East Stroudsburg University on Saturday, dropping the contest with a final score of 4-0. Senior Hannah Downing recorded the only shot on goal for the Rock. Slippery Rock is currently in last place in the PSAC with an overall record of 5-7 and 0-4 in conference play. The Green and White has a full week off before their next game against Kutztown University on Saturday. The game is set to begin at 12 p.m. Men's soccer shut down California University of PA in a 1-0 win over the weekend. Freshman Alexander Vilchik scored the Rock's only goal in the first half off an assist from Hector Butcher. Vilchik was on his game in the first half with 2 other shots before his goal that were stopped by Cal U goalkeeper Lucas Exner. SRU's defense was able to prevail in the second half by keeping the shots on goal down to 2. Both with saves from Matt Hunsenberger. This was Hunsenberger's 5th shutout of the season and will be looking for his 6th tomorrow afternoon against Mercyhurst University. Slippery Rock women's soccer team takes on California University of PA in a PSAC game. At 14 minutes, Sophia Harrison scored to put Slippery Rock on the board to make the score 1-0. In the 35th minute mark in the first half, Caitlin Barrickman scored that made the score now 2-0. That is now the sophomore Harrison and Barrickman's first goal of the season. With time winding down, Shannon McIntyre puts the Rock up with a penalty kick for her 4th goal of the season, as the lead grows to 3-0. The main focus of the second half was all about defense, as the Rock contested to keep California scoreless as the game ended with a final score of 3-0. While in the midst of SRU's football season, the spotlight seems to be on the Rock boys after winning against IUP and Edinburgh in the past few weeks. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break. When we return, Haley and Aisha brought sophomore football player Jermaine Wynn into the studio for an interview.
Do you remember when you were told to sit still? Walk, don't run. Don't sit too close to the screen. Don't touch that. Color inside the lines. At Slippery Rock, we inspire the motion, the music, and the moments of challenge that allow you to be your best, now and in the future. Slippery Rock University. Experience the difference.
WSRU-TV News is the student-run news station for Slippery Rock University. The studio is held in the Maltby Center on SRU's campus. WSRU-TV produces multiple shows, including Around the Rock, A Week in Review, the SGA Update, the Rocket Sports Report, and the Weekly Bite. All shows on WSRU-TV are anchored, written, produced, and edited by SRU students. Students have the opportunity to learn valuable skills in the field of television broadcasting. WSRU-TV. Your campus, your community, your station.
Welcome back to Around the Rock. Today we are joined with Jermaine Wynn Jr., also known as JC, who had 3 of the touchdowns during the Edinburgh game on Saturday. So welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So what is your position and number on the team?
I am a slot receiver and I wear number 9.
All right.
Wow. And what is your training schedule like throughout the semester?
Well, it's crazy. Managing football with academics, it's tough. Time management is key. Our coaches always harp on making sure we're managing our time and doing the right things when we're not playing football. It's brutal, but it's the life of a football player. You just gotta learn to accept it and just do it.
So we see you had some success on Saturday. Can you tell us a little bit more about your personal season this year?
Personally, my season's going pretty well. It doesn't start with me though. It starts with my O-line. They block up front. They give time for rolling. Get the ball to me and the other receivers. So, we're on a good pace right now. We just want to keep that going.
Of course.
So, in your opinion, what is one of the best plays that you've ever done in the season?
This past Saturday, I had a touchdown where I was really close to the sideline, and I kind of topped my foot in. And in college, which is different than the NFL, you only have to have 1 foot in bounds for it to be a catch. And I was able to tap my foot before I went out of bounds. So that's probably one of the best plays of my career, actually.
That's really interesting.
Yeah,
wow.
That's really cool.
And what is your favorite part about being a Rock football player?
My favorite part about being a Rock football player is just wearing that logo on my chest. Rock football is associated a lot with the school pride. I'm getting a sense of that with that being my first season here. When the team's flourishing, it seems like the school pride and the school spirit is going up. So I think that's pretty cool to be a part of and keep school spirit high.
I'm sure you love that when you're sitting, whenever people are in the stands watching you and cheering you on.
Right,
It's probably the best.
Yeah.
We feed off that. You feed off everything that the crowd does. So, it's pretty great being a Rock football player.
Good.
Yeah, I'm sure you talk about Rock football a lot. You live it. It's your everyday life.
Right.
But what activities do you like to do besides for Rock football?
I'm gonna give you the cliche answer. I like playing video games. That's if I'm not doing homework or at football practice, I'm playing video games.
What games?
Call of Duty. Black Ops 4 just came out, so I've been putting a lot of work and putting a lot of grinding hours into that. So.
Yeah. Balancing that with your schoolwork, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Time management.
Right.
So if you were told that you could be a student athlete here at Slippery Rock, but you couldn't play football, what sport would you want to play?
That's a tough question. I would probably say baseball, because that was actually my first heart. I just wasn't as good in baseball as I am in football, so I couldn't really play college baseball, but probably baseball if I had to choose.
Okay.
What about position on the football team? Would you choose any other position?
I would want to be the quarterback.
Yeah.
The quarterback gets all the glitz and the glamour, and he throws touchdown passes. They touch the ball every play. Even though I'm not tall enough to see over the offensive line, probably quarterback.
Makes sense. Do you have any pregame rituals?
Not really rituals. I try to make sure I get a good meal before.
That was my next question for you. What's your meal?
Try to get a good meal before the game. Usually like pasta or something like that, because Coach says pasta. It's good for pregame meals. Try not to eat McDonald's or anything like that. Even though my house is right around the corner, I just try to bypass McDonald's. But anything pasta related, I try to get before the game, and a good nap also.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And why did you choose Slippery Rock University?
Actually, I didn't start my career at Slippery Rock. I began my college career at Alderson Broaddus University. It's another D2 in West Virginia.
Okay.
But, it wasn't for me. And I was getting recruited by Slippery Rock a little bit out of high school. And I had some friends that go here from high school that were also on the team. So they were a pretty good influence for me coming to the Rock. And, I love the campus. It was really hard to turn down when I visited and saw the campus and everything they had to offer here.
That's great.
Yeah. Congratulations on the great season that you've been having.
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us tonight, and that's all we have. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Around the Rock. I'm Angela Jakeaway.
And I'm Keena Warren, reporting for WSRU-TV News. Your campus,
Your community,
your station.